Have you experienced something like that, that you're planning to, you're planning to study for GMAT, and when you start solving the questions, and let's say you're doing something difficult, let's say quant is your weak area, and you're trying to do quant. So whenever you sit to study for quant, at that time, something, you get a thought about something else. Let's say you're working on some project in office and you feel like, okay, I should think about that first and I'll come back to this. But you know that this is the time to study for GMAT, but the mind goes to the other things. This happens a lot with me, and specifically in the morning, because when I wake up and I just call it in the morning, I do exercise. Whenever I do an exercise and if there's something difficult I'm doing, at that time my mind will tell you, okay, you think about something else. I'm working on another project which is related to the GMAT. So it always think, okay, let me do this or think about that other thing, and I'll come back to exercise. So whenever this happens, earlier, I used to be in the zone where I used to, give up on what has to be done and start thinking about something else. And because of that, there would be a lot of confusion. Should I have, I decided I'll work out or I'll exercise at that time, and I just sit and start doing something else. And when I start doing that, then I should, go back to exercise. My mind was like this. So recently what I started doing is that when I start exercising, so whenever my mind says, okay, you should do something else, at that time I normally keep a journal or a diary with me. So I tell myself, okay, let's do one thing. So let's say I get a thought that I should to work on another project. So I write down, I give a time to that particular project. So okay, 6 to 7 I'll work out, and 7:30 to 9 I'm free. So what I can do, 7:30 to 9 I can come back and work on that project. Similarly, one of my student, he joined my classes last month. So he has been through the classes, but when I'm putting him on to mock test, he's really anxious, because whenever he get into this test, he just blanks out. So after the mock test, I just sat with him and I asked, what are the things he's so anxious about? So he said that, he has already reached around 31, and he left his career a year back and he started his business and he failed. And now he's planning to go for GMAT, and he has been studying for GMAT for last 6 months, and he's not able to reach a target score. He's reaching around 590. And he's too worried about he will be able to, get to a good B school. If not, what will happen to his career? So there were so many thoughts, and these are repetitive thoughts that he was getting. So I said, let's do one thing. What if, let's give a deadline to your GMAT. So I said, okay, 31st Jan is the last day, and 31st Jan you will take your GMAT. Till then, if you get any thought regarding your career, okay, what should I do in my career? Tell yourself that I'll think about that after 31st, because 31st is a deadline after which I'll not think about GMAT. Similarly, if I get any thought regarding, he's turning 31 and will he get into any B school, tell yourself, okay, because whether he gets into B school or not, that is dependent on GMAT, and even if he get the good score, he has to write the applications. So after 31st, he'll think about it. So I told him that whenever he get any thought related to something else regarding, except GMAT, switch to something else. Or sorry, just give yourself a time date. Okay, the 31st Jan, I'll think about other things. So whenever you get something, you get a thought which is not related to what you have to do, either you can just give a specific time during the day, or maybe during the week, or tell yourself, oh, it's scheduled for Sunday, so I don't have to think about this. Once you do that, automatically your focus comes into the thing that you have to do. So if you're struggling with your GMAT preparation and you're not able to focus, try this out. Okay, whenever you get any thoughts, anything which is not related to GMAT, give it a parking lot. Just tell, okay, Sunday we'll think about it. After a month, I'll think about it. Okay, but if you just if you don't address that time, because what happens is we try to avoid that thought. If you avoid something, that thought becomes dominating. But if you address that thought, it goes away, because it knows, okay, it will be, I'll come back to this thought after some time. Try this out and see if it helps you to bring your focus back to GMAT. Thank you.